If you've been with us a while, you might remember there was a little nest of bees underneath here. And they looked like yellow jackets. And I was talking to someone locally and they said, oh, yellow jackets, they'll build a hornet's nest, like a paper hornet's nest, looking nest. So I was gonna show you that here. This paper nest looks like the nests that the black-faced wasps make. But if you look closely, you can see that there are yellow jackets in there, or a bee that looks like a yellow jacket. Come on out to the opening. And don't sting me. I can see one just right inside. I don't know if you can see it, but it's yellow jacket looking. There were two nests, and I can see they've been blended into one. Recently, when I was so happy we were getting some rain, it only rained for a couple minutes, and we just really didn't get that much. It wet the ground, but that was about it. Right now, it looks like another rain. We've had this happen 2 or 3 days recently, where we get these nice storms coming in and the wind gets cool and then it just blows over. But I see a little bit of rain falling right there. So I'm hoping that it's gonna be over this way in a few minutes. I grabbed a popsicle and I'm gonna enjoy the rain show for a minute. We've gotten well over 100 drops already. Today we're finally getting a decent rain that's more than just wetting the ground. So I'm happy to see a nice heavy rain coming in. And it's not too heavy. So far I think it's really good. Our fruit trees have really been needing it. There's a few, especially the ones towards the front, that have needed it bad. But we've got one tree that's struggling. It's just right here around the corner. And I've even watered it alone by itself because it just really needed it. I don't know what's wrong with it. We're probably gonna lose it because I just can't tell what's wrong with it. And I was about to go water my peppermint. I planted some new plants way around the corner over there. And I decided, I think this rain's gonna come in. So I decided not to water it today, but it got watered really, really well yesterday. So it really didn't even need water today. This is my 3rd or 4th attempt at getting some peppermint going over here. These I grew from seed, so I'm hoping they're gonna be good, strong plants. Even though the ones I got from Lowe's looked really nice and healthy. But this is 2 plants, another plant, a couple plants, and about maybe 4 plants. So, and I spread them out. I did have some fire ants over here that kept getting up under the plant. So maybe if they stay over here, then maybe these will survive. Once they get established, they're just gonna spread out. They're gonna do well, but I just can't get them to fully establish. Sometimes it takes most of the day to move the sheep. We had to split them up into 2 groups because the ram is getting older and we want to keep the ram from impregnating any more sheep. So we put the ram together with the sheep that already should be impregnated from Ramon, that we had just had over here for a few months and then sent back over to Rico and Monica's house. So our Amram is getting older. That's why he has to be separated. So spent a lot of the day getting all their pens all set up and everything. Now I'm out here in the afternoon putting some comfrey next to the fruit trees. This one was sitting out in the sun a little bit before I got it over here. Now it's in the shade and I'm gonna come water it and it should be okay. But it looks pretty tired. But there's one. There were two of them in the same pot, and here's the other one. It looks a lot better. We'll come put some water on all these. But it should rain tonight too. I hope. All the rain has been escaping us. Then I got this one planted, and here's the other half that was in the pot. And I'm gonna go over here and put it on another tree, or maybe this tree. This is the one that looks like it's dying. The one that's dying had some comfrey growing next to it, and I think maybe the rabbits might have gotten it, because some animals like to eat comfrey. Comfrey is more for people, is less of a food and more of like a medicinal type of thing. I'm sure there's more to it than what I know or what I'm about to say, but comfrey has a deep tap root. So it goes down and it brings up minerals and things that the fruit tree needs. Also, it's an excellent nitrogen producer. Just the leaves dying and falling off onto the ground helps bring a lot of nitrogen into the soil. Try to keep from throwing a bunch of grass roots in here and growing grass all into the plant. Eventually, I would like for all these trees, you know, they're going to get bigger. Right now, you look through them and you don't even see some of them, but later they're going to kind of fill this area in more. They're, you know, it's 25 feet between the trees, so the trees are not going to reach out all the way to each other. But as they start to become a little bit of an orchard kind of food forest, I'd like to keep adding in things that work together, plants that work together out here. So the comfrey, I'd like for every tree to have 3 or 4 comfrey around them, other plants that help out fruit trees. You know, we'll keep building these guilds. They call it a guild of plants, plants that help each other. And maybe just layers of plants that don't necessarily help each other, but would just grow in the same areas together. You can probably hardly see it this year. The drought has really kept it back, but we've got this turmeric. And as we keep digging up these roots and spreading them out, maybe we can kind of jump them around to different areas. I want to do wider rows and more rows, but maybe this could be a patch here, and then maybe I could do a patch over this way and maybe one over this way, and kind of spread out and get a lot more production. Turmeric is so good for you, anti-inflammatory and whatnot. And the pomegranates, you know, they're more like bushes than trees, so maybe we can branch off some of these and spread them out among the trees. And like I said, instead of just having a tree here and there, this will kind of fill in as just rich growth of food crops.